Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's Tier 4 division. Division 4. We are the last group to tackle the Barcelona-Catalunya circuit, the Grand Prix of Spain. It's been a very intriguing week. Some very interesting races have been produced by this RSF1 league, and it's been lovely to watch. I've done it. This will be now my third time out of 5. I hate this track now. No, I love it. I love it. I would not miss it for the world. My name is RSF1 Waiter. You know my voice now. I've been here all week, or most of the week anyway. I will be joined briefly by RSF1 Notch, who has very kindly stepped in at a very short notice. I'm sure you will all thank him once he joins this. He's just getting ready. All the preparations, getting his drink ready. We always have a drink ready for the comms, but. Yeah, it's an intriguing championship, this F4. Started off quite nicely. As we are just loading into the lobby now, it is bright sunshine. We do have a bit of an issue because Notch was away and he hadn't clicked spectator, so he will need to retire. Which should be fine, I guess. We're going to have to manage that when we get to it. But yeah, it should be an interesting race. Should be a very interesting race. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Again, I am a little bit concerned that Notch has actually got a car there. Could be interesting, but hey ho. Right, so big news coming into this week's race. And that is, we have a new driver among us. And we've lost a driver as well. Quaker Oates has been promoted to F3. Obviously, you saw him, if anybody did, race in the F3 division on Monday. Did quite well as well on his debut race for that division. So, in doing so, he has obviously abandoned the points, so everything else. In some ways, I would agree with the decision because it now opens up F4 as a whole. But we did gain a driver because somebody had to be sort of demoted, I guess, is the word. Not really the word. But brought to F4, and that is Graded Vinny. So he is used to F4, so he was in F4 last season. So he is back. He has replaced Quaker Oates and Mercedes. It'll be interesting to see how he can get on. So it does mean we have a new championship leader going into tonight's race. And obviously we will reveal who that is in a second, but Primus Gaming is about to set a first lap. Now, other news as well, that RS Checo, he has already done it, which is good. He has a qualifying ban all the way from Zandvoort to be served, and he has done so now. So, and he's done so straight away, which is good. Christian was the other one, but he has not turned up here tonight. So yeah, Primus Gaming is about to begin. 17 drivers here tonight, so we'll only be losing 2 in this first session as they all went out on the soft tyres. Right, let's see. So Primus is unfortunately invalid his first lap, so we'll go on board a 40 as we take you around this Spanish Grand Prix circuit. Going down into turn 1 just before the 50-meter marker board. Slightly deep into turn 1 from 40, but it's okay. But he's hit turn 2, and he just keeps out the barrier. Parks it very nicely. You're going to have to move, mate. 40, there we go. Otherwise he might get disqualified. Put it in handbrake. Careful of the cars. Don't drive backwards as well. Would be good. There. Oh no, he's parked in the middle of the road. Come on. And there we go. We're good. So a little bit of a moment there for 40, but it should be alright. Primus is back around once again. Unicorn Hunter sets the first lap of the session, a 17.2. Kind of expecting around 16s here, so I think he'll need to go a little bit quicker than that to get through. In the Williams there, Slipping Saw 16.6 in the Red Bull. Let's carry on with Fist Sticks. as he goes through turn 4 and then down into turn 5, this downhill hairpin. And then turn 6, completely flat out, it's not really a corner. 7 and 8 though is a corner. Very, very tricky. It's been catching up many people this week. I'm going to slide mid-corner, and then turn 9 with a big confidence in the car. Don't want it too wide because that's what happens. Thank you, Fish Sticks, for that lovely demonstration, because the track limits are very difficult there. But we'll carry on with Barry, who is just behind as it goes down into turn 10. Just an uphill left-hander, big lock-up, and runs heavy deep into that corner there. 11 and 12, there's a bump still there on the left-hand side. It's not as vicious as it was in the last game, but it's all good. Turn 12, right-hander. Turn 13, there's another right-hander. 14 and 15, the chicane, as the Williams darts out of the way just in time. And then finally, turn 16, completely flat-out right-hander onto the power, and sets a 16.3 for Barry there. So decent time so far. Here's the new guy, Graded Vinny, in the Mercedes. Obviously needs to get used to this new machine that he's got now. I mean, they're all equal cars, but obviously people watching, there are slight differences. Going to be interesting to see how he does. Yes, yeah, hi, we have a situation. So my concern is, Notch, is that you're obviously you're a driver now. So as a Graded Vinny goes 16.2, so it goes straight up to the top. Yeah, my concern, Notch, is you're a driver. So as Duffer Lump gets into the 15s, nice lap from Duffer. Yeah, you're a driver now, so. Because the thing is, if you back out the lobby to then go to spectate, I think your AI would still be there.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think the best way to do this. I would say restart at this point, but we're already far enough in, or too far enough in. I
didn't think of that.
Because the thing is, if you back out the lobby to go to spectate, let me get the stream up, get some advice on this. Because my thought is, if you back out to spectate, your driver would still be there, and obviously ghost cars, that ghost car would then cause problems.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking at the moment. The only thing I can suggest at this point is either a restart, but we've gone far too into the session to do that, or the radical thing, or we have to wait to the race, and then you start the race and then retire the car. At least then it's out of the way. It's my thought.
So should I retire from session and spectate?
Yeah, retire now, but what I mean is that you would still, your car would then still be on the grid, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Snod Vods said just retire, do a slow lap, race start, and retire in the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah. All that was is that you went away and I couldn't communicate in time to the lobby host that you were gone and hadn't picked spectate. That's all it is. I don't think it's nothing on your part. It's just unfortunate the timing of it. Anyway, hi Notch. Thank you for stepping in. Interesting situation we got, but it'll be solved. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Be fine, no problem. Yeah, we're done 2 together now. This is my 3rd now, so, and again, we're not being paid for this. Not that I mind. But anyway, been an interesting week, hasn't it? Interesting races. Oh, you could have told us what the weather was. Ah, just a moment.
I didn't look.
I missed a trick there. Missed a trick
I
there.
couldn't
It's
look at-
dry at the moment. Obviously,
Oh,
we've had a wet race on I think Monday, wasn't it? That you and me did.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, very clean though. Very clean though from F3. These guys, they've won a few races. Obviously, have you watched F4 lately?
Yeah, I engineer F4 every week.
Oh, you engineer Prost, don't you? Do you engineer Prost every week, or
Yeah, every week.
specifically Alphas? Fair enough.
If he will join, he join, yeah.
Also, I've taken you away from your engineering duties.
Yeah, you have. No, that's fine. Pross was happy with it, so as long as he was alright with it, I was alright with it.
Ooh. And as I mentioned before, while you were away, he's now championship leader with obviously the situation of Quaker going up to F3. Obviously, I was talking about Vinny because obviously we lost Quaker, but we gained Vinny. You know Vinny quite well, obviously from last season. How do you think he's going to do in this F4 tier now?
I think they matched up quite well with the majority of these. I think Duffo would have raced him before. Old Manzi would have raced him before. Audi as well. So DPS would have raced him before as well. So he would have raced quite a few of these guys already. So they're the measure of each other, I should think.
Boss. Kazi Babe's just finishing up a lap now. Would you be able to do me a favour, please?
Yep.
I'm trying to think who the host is. Eagle. Could you message Eagle on Xbox or Discord, whichever's better? Basically let him know the situation and what you're doing, because he probably noticed. Just explain what you're going to do. Because obviously the only downside is for this plan that we're going to do is it will take the AI car away, so that won't cause problems, but there is a... Oh, Primus is host. Primus is host, apparently. It'll take away the AI cars. Prost goes 15-7 and tops the session. Take away the AI car, but the downside is there's a big possibility that a safety car will be called. Unlikely, but there might be a safety car called. You retiring in the pits. So, just so they're aware. Please.
Yep, no problem.
Cool. Right, yeah, thank you, Turtle Wolf. Saying that Primus is the host, so thank you for that. Right, 6 minutes to go. Just on board with Dips, who is back to his DPS racing account. By the looks of it. So, back to here, but he is still Dips, of course. So he's coming around the final corner now. Looks to be in the low 16, I think. Yeah, 16.3 goes 7th. So with 5 minutes to go, looks like 40 is the one in the danger zone at the moment. So that's going to go over the championship standings as they are going into this week. RS Prost is our new championship leader, 54 points. He's had 2 third places and 2 fourth places since he has joined from Bahrain onwards. He's on 54 points at the moment. He has 3 points ahead of his Alfa Romeo teammate of RSF1 Eagle. Then next is Charismic on 43 points in the Haas, I believe. Yes, he is. Next in 4th place is Fish Sticks on 37. And we've got Primus Gaming on 33, Dips on 32. Kazi Babe is on 28 points with Button on 27. Skyline on 24 points in the Williams. 40 and 14. Dufflump on 12. Barry in the Alfa Romeo on Alpha Tauri in 7 points. Manzi on 5 points, and Unicorn with the solitary point. Everybody else yet to score at this time being. That includes both Ferraris, and yet again, Ferrari this week is very unfortunate. They are not getting the lot. They're not getting the drivers Ferrari in this division. That's a very loud car. What was that, Notch? In the background, sound like a really loud car.
That's what that is,
Goodness me. Jeez. It's like an old-fashioned, like, 60s or 70s car, that did.
Yeah, it seemed to bang the yard, I think.
Yeah, Ferrari are still not going to score a point. There's no Ferraris there. Well, Notch is in it, but as we know, he's not going to start the race, so... I see. So Dips is on the main account because he forgot about the race and joined just in time. If I had done second account, I would have missed quali. Okay, that makes sense. How could you forget there was a race on Dips? Jeez. Right, on board with Unicorn Hunter. Yeah, just going for the constructors at the moment. Alfa Romeo lead Racing Point by 2 points going into tonight's race. They are on 105, but Racing Point 103, so very close early doors. Mercedes are next on 89, then Haas are on 77. McLaren only scored a single point in Zandvoort, so they've dropped back a bit. They're on 59. Bit of a gap then to Red Bull on 37, Williams on 24. Then we've got AlphaTauri on 8 points, Renault on 5, and 0 for Ferrari at the moment. I'm sure they would not be on 0 for the whole of the season. I'd be very shocked if they are, as Unicorn gets a heavy load of understeer return 9. But the thing is, noticing the driver's notch, there's 30 points separating the top 10 and the drivers. Still very, very close, but we are still early days in the championship and all tiers, aren't we? So, still not really sure on who's going to be top of the pecking order. We're getting a close idea, but not fully there yet, are we?
Yeah, I keep telling myself that there's a long way to go, but the gap...
Well, it's round 6 at 22, isn't it?
Yeah, the gap does keep getting bigger and bigger though, so there's anyone in the field that want to push towards the top of the table. Now is the kind of time that you really got to do it, or it gets too late.
Right, see who's in trouble. We've got Fish Sticks, 40, and Unicorn Hunter. Unicorn is currently 16th. He needs to find 600s to beat 40. Really needs to get to 16s, I think, though, to be definitely safe. And obviously you've got 40 and Fish Sticks both improving. Primus and Charisma might be in this... Well, no, Primus would be then the one in danger if all three improve not. So, bit risky for Primus there in 13th.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I don't think he'll be feeling safe in that position, that's for sure.
No. Let's see if Unicorn and the Williams can get into that. He was saying in the Williams chat though, he's slightly struggling with this. 40 has retired, and Unicorn has not made it, and he's run out of fuel. So unfortunately, Unicorn is going to just miss out on Q2. 40 is just going to make it, so you can breathe a sigh of relief in that Mercedes. And that's it done because of the number. And obviously Checo had his qualifying ban, so Unicorn, the unfortunate person, out. But topping the session, only just a couple of attempts ahead of Barry and Duffalump, is RS Prost in the Alfa Romeo. Carrying on that momentum, Notch, isn't he? Which is a lovely thing in league racing when you've had wins and good results in a row, which he has. You can just feel on top of the world, can't you? And just carry on that momentum best you can.
Yeah, if you get a good run, it's important to try and keep it going best you can, even if you're not winning races. You know, and getting well into that top 10 every race adds up towards the end of the season, sure.
Just checking the Discord, guys. So be off the Twitch chat for a second.
So unfortunately, the two going out is Unicorn Hunter and Checo. Top notch, but that's me. So that ain't gonna happen.
Right, into Q2 we go. This is where we'll start ramping up the action a little bit. This is where obviously strategy will now come into play, and I think I kind of know where everybody's gonna do, especially them being later in the week with F4. Obviously, they're the last group to race in the tier, so by this point they know the strategy, don't they? So, I mean, I think me and you both agree and already know what tyres these guys are going to go on to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mediums to hards, one stop, isn't it?
Set in stone unless something drastic happens, and you do have to be reactive. But yeah, strategy is pretty much set right there.
Yeah, I mean, softs are not impossible. I mean, you can do a soft to hard run, but the problem is with the softs is they start to lose their like big performance gain from like lap 7 or 8, don't they? And then, I mean, they can last to 11, and then you can do a hard stint. But the problem with the hards is if you do it from lap 11 to the end, by the last 3 or 4 laps, they start feeling a little bit worse for wear. So obviously what the mediums do is it gives you that leeway, doesn't it? Where you can go to like 13, 14 if you're good on tyre wear, and it'll make things a lot easier towards the end of the race.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I found this track in particular is a balancing act between corner and speed for sure, and going fast and passing, because it's quite hard to pass around there other than on the long straight, and there's a couple of little places where you can do it, but you need a car that allows you to get close, and you need a car that, like you said, can make the tyres last on tyre wear. So I found out myself earlier in the week that feeling comfortable through 95% of the track ain't really. You need to find an equal balance, really. I felt really good through all the corners, but as soon as I got onto the straight, I just couldn't get past one.
Yes, it's that fine balance, isn't it? Because the only real overtaking opportunity is into turn 1.
Yeah.
Or at the turn 10, I think, down the other long straight. And obviously you need low aero for that. But as you say, you need the high aero for the long sweeping corners, which this track is like 90% cornering grip that you need. So it's difficult. So the only thing from there is really who's going to manage the ERS the best, isn't it?
Yeah. Tyre wear can be an issue around there because, like you said, I think it was 10 and 10, or especially through like 2, 3, kind of corners where the back end doesn't want to go out and slide a lot. So tyre wear, especially people that learn, I know a lot of people in the league this year are learning no traction or even medium traction this year. Seems a lot more strictly on the back end. So tyre wear is always an issue.
Yeah, I think this is one of those tracks where it's. You need this for every track, especially in league racing. You need confidence in your setup, but this is one of the tracks where it's vital to be confident in your own setup. As 17.2 from Primus on the mediums, that's a pretty decent time, considering we saw 16s on softs. The mediums are about 8/10 difference, Notch?
Yeah, roughly just under a second difference, yeah.
Yeah, so a decent lap there from Primus on the medium tyre. Prost is on the softs, but I don't think this is a quick lap.
Monster Skyline on 16.7.
Nice, 16.7, yeah. Oh, and he braked. And he braked as well. He eased off. Prost on those soft tyres. See, I get it, but I don't, that tactic. Doing a slow lap on the soft tyres. I get it because something to do with delta, is it? Like you want to have like a slow delta on your banker lap, and then when you go proper, it's like
well, you know,
when you're going
if
like
you've done say 2 or 3 laps on a set of soft tyres, and then you go out in Q2 on them, you know they're going to be not quite as fast as a brand new set of softs. If you go as fast as you can on them and then back off, you've got a really good delta to kind of go on the mediums. You know, if you can beat that delta,
Ah,
you know that you're on a really good lap, and that kind of helps you. You know, if you get towards the end of the lap and you haven't done what you wanted, and you want to pit, and you want to go again or whatever, you can do that. It gives you a little bit of leeway and knowledge, rather than just going out with one lap on the mediums and then hoping that you do it.
I think Sipping Sauce hasn't got that kind of memo, because I think he's done a proper lap on the softs, a 16.2. Might be quick enough for Q3. Said in the chat, actually, this is his first Q2 session, so well done Sipping Sauce for making it to Q2. Interesting strategy though, starting on softs. Vinny as well, 15.9. That's a pretty solid lap on the softs, but interesting strategy.
Yeah, the only thing I could really think of is this, that they're going to hope for an early safety car in the first 5 or 6 laps maybe, which isn't out of the realms of possibility, so should be a good call.
Currently fastest of the medium runners so far is Monster Skyline in that Williams there. 16.7 looks like a very tidy lap at the moment. Just on board of Eagle into the final sector. Gets a little bit of a wobble through the right-hander there into the chicane, which is very annoying, I found, especially on Sunday. Through the final corner. And he gets a 17.1, only 6th place. I noticed as well in Q1, Eagle was a bit off of Prost, which is not normal. And in qualifying, in fact, Prost and Eagle are almost identical. They're pushing each other. Is Eagle struggling around this track, do you think? Or do you know? As you are engineer.
I'm personally not been in the Discord a lot this week, so I don't really know, but Eagle is normally quite close to Prost, or just in front of Prost from track to track. It can vary, so maybe it's just one that Prost feel more comfortable around. But that can all change.
I mean, it's not a bad lap. It's not a bad lap, 17.1, but I've come to know that both Alphas, Prost and Eagle, are pretty good in qualifying, especially these last few weeks. So to see him down 6th, but that's not safe. I don't think that's safe in that position now.
I think it was earlier as well. I don't know if that was the one we commentated on or the one we raced in. The times were so close as well. So
16.4 for Manzi. What a lap! Well done for Mob Manzi there. 16.4 on the medium tyres. That's pretty good indeed. Right, so Manzi in that Renault. Manzi in the Renault has had a very unlucky part of the season, I think. Keeps being caught up in instances towards the back of the field. But yeah, if he can qualify really well, he can be out of that trouble and then have a decent race. I think he has the pace and the ability to do so, but again, it's been very unfortunate. Maybe today is going to be his day, currently faster than the medium tyres. Right, Kazi's on a lap as well. Purple apparently middle sector, although I still don't believe when they go purple is not quickest. Maybe personal best, but I'm not sure. To be honest, as he got a big wobble, big slide, manages to save it. Chicane just about within the track limits, and across the line is going to set a 16.7. Decent lap from Kazi. Goes 5th place. Right, so who's it? Eagle's a little bit better now, 16.7, but he's done 3 laps now on those medium tyres. Not ideal, but as I've also found around this track and the strategy, even if you do like 2-3 laps in the medium tyres, they don't get as best grip from the first lap, but they still can get to where you want them to be. It's not a big disadvantage there.
Be stretched.
16.5 from Dufferlump.
Yeah, nice lap from Duffer.
Very close times, especially around that midfield. Eagle and Kazi are at the exact same time. 16.784. Here comes Button. 16.9 goes 9th place in the McLaren. Puts 40 out. Primus has jumped up to 8th on a 16.8. So it's just Barry and the AlphaTauri yet to set a time. He's got a slow McLaren on the racing line. I don't think that would that have hampered him. Might have hampered him a little bit. So what do you think about the news, Notch, that I think I remember seeing that all Monaco races next week are going to be night races?
Cool.
What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool. If I remember rightly, we did it last season, or season 1. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I think last season it was voted on, and I think there was I think there were 4 night races in one day. I kind of wanted a mixture, but yeah, if they're all going to be night races, then it's good to see. I am yet to see what the night race looks like on this game, so it'll be interesting. Barry 16.7 joins that group of 16.7s to go 6th. And Prost is on a quicker lap now. Is he going to get the 16s? 16.4 goes just a bit quicker than Manzi. So left it quite late there, Prost, but safely through, I would say.
Brandon Vinny's actually out again and going again.
On the soft tyres?
On the soft tyres, yeah.
Yeah, he is, yeah. 2 tenths from Monster Skyline in 6th to Fish Sticks in 12th, as Fish Sticks has retired in the pit lane. Is that a strategy call, do you reckon?
Yeah, probably most definitely. Wanting to stay on the mediums, so he's thought he's not going to get any better than that, and call it a day. Probably hoping that no one behind him can beat him as well, so he can start in 12th. So quite a way to go, yeah.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where you decide beforehand, right, I'm going to do 1 lap on mediums. If it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, then I'm outside the top 10. At least I'm on then the better race strategy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does put a lot of pressure on that 1 lap, but that's what it's down to, isn't it? You just got to nail it.
Yeah, he's all doing the same thing by the looks of that.
Audi and Charismate, though, they do not want to be knocked out in this session by the looks of it, because they're going on softs, as is Primus out on the soft tyres as well, so maybe they're thinking don't want to be stuck in traffic.
Yeah, also, if they've got engineers, they might be going around, get halfway round, and see what is happening. You never know, you might get halfway around and not actually have to finish the lap.
Would you say... Oh, Vinny's dropped it. He's big spin up turn 2.
Ooh. Yeah.
He's got to wait. He's got to wait. He's got to wait quite a while. He's safe. He's got to wait quite a while though for the cars to go by.
A little bit.
Oh, he's all right.
Be a little bit funny. You're just sitting there.
There you go. It's fine.
Good job.
Is Eagle under pressure? Do you think he's retired and he's 8th?
I think he could be.
I think he might be called out here.
Especially if a few guys go on to the softs, which they have.
Button's done. Button's done. He's 11th under 16.9, so he's out. He's in the pits. Yeah, if 4D Charismic follow through with their soft tyres and DPS improves, Eagle is out of the session. Should be a big name out of it. Yeah, 40 goes 5th on a 16.5.
The Promise is going to have to finish.
Nearly half a second up. This should be easy. 16.1, yep, he's through. puts Eagle now in 10th place. So it's now down to Kazi and Chrismit, both Haas drivers. So Eagle could end up 11th or 12th at this rate.
Kazi across the line to start the lap.
Oh, Chrismit's invalidated.
Yeah.
That's a weird spot.
DPS has gone again on his mediums.
Oh, is Chrismic going to make it? He's got 5 seconds. Chrismic, with a second to spare, makes the line. Oh. Barry in the AlphaTauri is in the pits as well. He's also under pressure from both these Haas drivers and even DPS,
yeah,
who is 3 tenths up.
Yeah, it needs another tenth or so.
Here comes DPS. Putting everything on the line on these medium tyres to see what he can do. Runs out of ERS, but I think he's going to be safe. He does. Goes 5th on the 16.4. Puts Barry to 10th. Eagle is out. Kazi's messed up on his... Chrismic's messed up. So thanks to DPS, Eagle is out. In 11th though, he's on fresh tyres, but he is not going to make it into Q3. Ooh. Big name we've lost, but very competitive field. I think he just missed out. Just got caught out there, I think.
Yeah, if you look at it, he's only a tenth, less than a tenth, you know, being safe, so.
Half a tenth. Half a tenth, he would have gone through.
Very close. Getting that.
Very competitive. 3 tenths separating all those on the medium tyres that got through. Few on softs, so they're going to have to qualify well in Q3.
So unfortunately to go in Q2, 11th place Eagle, 12th place Caddy Babe, 13th place Button, 14th place Fish Sticks, and then 15th Algorithmic.
Thank you. So you can see those on softs. Vinny, Primus, Slipping Sauce, and 40. Those on the softs. Prost just ahead of DPS and Old Manzi on the medium tyres, but very, very close. So Q3 now. Notch, I reckon this is going to be... I think there's a fair few contenders here. But like it's been all week, I think it's going to be down to whoever hooks up the lap quickest. Quite overcast though, I see in Q3.
Yeah, do look a little bit overcast.
Alright. Who's going to get pole position in the chat? Give your predictions, please, as we all head out now. It's definitely clouded over. This could be interesting. Monster Skyline is going to be the first to go out. He's got the racing point of Primus right behind him. They're not all rushing out, so I don't think rain is on the way, but it's definitely going to change a few things.
Yeah, I for one certainly don't trust this game when it looks like this. If it's say no rain, that's always a possibility.
Fishstick said might be rain, said 15 minutes in Q2. But perhaps there is, and in fact all of them are going out. They're a bit spaced out, which is good. It's better than Monza in real life. Nobody saw that, was ridiculous. Monster Skyline's going to be the first to set a lap, so do you want to take us through a lap on that?
Yeah, I can do that. So, like I said before, important to get this little chicane right and exit, and this last turn, and then the RS open. Quite a long straight here, lane. Importantly, you go over this crest, you spot the braking on the left, just in between the 50 and 100, and I find it important to ride these curbs and get used to riding them. And flat out around turn 3, you can run wide, but not too far. And I like to go as far wide as you possibly can and flip back through this turn. It does pretty well. You go as wide as you can, and hard on the brakes. A tricky corner this one to get out of it nicely on the curbs. This one's probably one of the trickiest set of corners on the track. You just got to like ride them like a roller coaster. It does really well there. The little black thing on the left of the track is the turning point there. It does a really good job to hold it nearly flat. And 100-metre board is your braking zone. Nicely done through there. They've changed this corner from year to year, and that's a lot less aggressive than it used to be. They've done well through here. Now it's got the last little chicane to come. Hard through that right hand, and now flip across these curbs as aggressive as you can, wide onto the curb as you can, and then hard on the throttle. Same for DRS to the line.
9. Very solid lap there from Monster Skyline in the Williams. Primus behind 16.1. Who is going to be next? This is the other racing point of Dufferlump, 15.7. 2/10 quicker, and that is equaling the fastest we have seen, I think. Crossover 15.8, so goes second currently. Barry has invalidate, so he's back in. And you got the two Mercedes who were quite close to one another. Audi behind Vinny, and they both go 5th and 6th. Then the Renault of Old Manzi. That's 32 and valid. And then Dips. Oh, Dips. Very lucky to not retire on the spot there. So Dufferlump sets the first benchmark there. I think they'll be all on a slow lap now. Yep, they are. I think Old Manzi's the only one that is going to go for another run.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. Oh, the Mercedes.
So Audi gets well out of the way, very nice. Oh! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh! Old Manzi. I could see it coming as soon as he went wide on the turn 9. You're going to get a slide. I thought he was going to keep it out the wall, but no. Ah, that's unfortunate. But he was looking quite strong in Q2 there. So, we will not get to see what he could have done. That turn 9 is quite dangerous, isn't it? We've seen a few people drop it there.
Yeah, that sure is.
You've got to have confidence with your car, because you can take it flat if you get the line right. But that curb on the outside is so dangerous. Obviously, if you catch it too far wide, clip on the gravel, it's going to send you into the wall on the right, as we've seen there.
But it's important to get as far right as you can on entry, so you open up a bit. That is a very terrifying corner. I should imagine it's even more terrifying in real life.
Yeah. Slipping Sauce, who this is his first venture into Q3, because he made it into Q2 for the first time, so this is definitely his first outing in Q3. See how he gets on in through turn 1, rumbles over the curb in turn 2. I avoid that curb in turn 2 just to be safe, but I know obviously it's quicker to go over it. So very decent first sector, 21.2, which is pretty solid for sector 1. Primus Gaming on the racing line. He's gone to AI. That's not good. Oh, Slipping Sauce. Oh, that's... Oh, that cost him a little bit. I think that was wrong place, wrong time for Primus to put into AI mode. Slipping Sauce chucks it to turn 9, just keeps it flat, so pretty good. 49.9. I think he definitely lost a couple of attempts there. Oh, he's hit the power too early. pressing too hard. He'll be quite frustrated with that. Looked a solid lap up to that point. He's not going to keep out the line, and now the rain is coming down. So 5 minutes to go. Everyone's now going to set their laps quick notch.
Yeah, they sure are. And Duffel under that 15.7 might actually just
Barry
be
goes
luck there.
second. Barry goes second in the AlphaTauri, just behind Duffelump. Right, Skyline gonna be first of the front runners, and then Frost. Still takes it flat despite it raining. Although I guess at this point the rain isn't going to affect the track too much, Notch. It's going to get worse from this point, so they're going to get a move on.
Yeah, getting a lap now is important. Because like you say, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, Monster Skyline takes this last chicane. Got to be confident with the curbs. Very nice. Leaves nothing on the table on the outside of the last corner. What can he do? It's a 15.7. Takes that away from Duffelump. Frost is behind though. Duffelump is a 10th down. As Monster Skyline nicked this at the right moment. See if there's any response. There comes Frost, championship leader. See what he gets on through the final corner. Drive to the line. Is it going to happen? It is. It takes pole position back. 15.6. And Duffelump's backs out, so he's lost pole position. Vinny's up to 5th on the Mercedes. And I think Prost has just snuck it away from Monster Skyline at the last moment.
Yeah, I think you might be right, mate.
Let's see. Follow that though from Prost, if that is the case. Yeah, 40's down by 3/10. I think that's it, to be honest. Yeah, because I don't think anyone is going to improve here. Yeah, Skyline's back in. Well, DPS is going to try for a lap. We'll see how he gets on with 2.5 minutes to go, but I think it's safe to say Prost has got this pole position. That last sector must have been very good from Prost, because I did check up on him and I think he was a 10th down, or was that Duffer? I might have seen. He got DPS and Slipping Source both on outlaps, and I think they're basically battling between each other, really, because I don't think they're going to beat a 16.2 from 40 to jump ahead of him. Could be wrong, but this rain's come down the wrong time for them.
Yeah, it's making me wonder if it's going to be slightly wet at the start of the race, or if it's going to dry out in time. It will make it interesting.
Let's see. See riding on board of DPS. Obviously, this is the thing about track limits. If you're invalid and if you don't nail your first lap or so in Q3, again, he's run too far wide through turn 2. So I think, he's given up on it. He's into the gravel. A couple more actually coming out. There's Monster Skyline and there's 40 as well. So they think there's still improvement.
Yeah, 40's not going to make it round for sure. No way 40's going to make it round.
Yeah, Dips is not going to make it round again either. Let's see. Sleeping Souls was the 10th down in the first sector. See what time he's going to make in sector 2. He is on a 36, so he would improve if he finishes the lap. So let's see. 49.9. I think he's matching PB at the moment, so maybe the rain is not infecting the track as much as I certainly thought. See what lap time he sets. Going to be 16.5. Pretty decent actually, considering. Yeah, Dips is back in the pits.
Secured
Skyline
position for himself.
Skyline's basically matched his first sector. Maybe this ain't over. Has everyone else retired a bit too early? Because yeah, Skyline's leaving nothing on the table. He's still finding the grip. Oh, he's nearly 2 tenths down. Though, he's giving it his best. You can see the slight difference, but in terms of time, he's leaving nothing on the track limits, that's for sure. Let's see, I could be surprised about this. Drive to the line, this is going to be quite close. Oh, good effort. I don't think he beat it. There you go, second, but I think that was a pretty solid effort. All things considered, because it was definitely damp out there. But yeah, there's the end of that session. Bit anticlimactic, I guess, in the end, but yeah, quickly take us through there, Notch.
So, unfortunately, the bottom two, Old Mansley and DPS, 9th and 10th respectively, with no times, and then 8th position, Slip & Source, 7th, 40, 6th, Primes Gaming, 5th, Grounded Vinny, 4th, Barry, 3rd, Duffer, 2nd, Monster, and 1st poll today is Prost. Is that Prost? First poll? I think it is.
I'm sure he's had a pole before. Sure he has. I'm almost certain he has. Well, you can tell me if there's raining in the race now.
I can.
And is there?
Strategy shall we do? Full wet in it.
Is it raining?
That's dry.
Tell me if it's raining.
Fully
No,
dry.
it's dry. It's overcast though. Right, so what you're going to have to do is obviously... I mean, my stats, I should have known this. Prost in the chat, that's his first poll in RSF1. Yay!
Yeah.
Bit delayed, sorry. I wish I had time to bring him in. It's too late now because they'll be readying up the grid soon. But congratulations, Prost, your very first pole position. Interesting circumstances to take it as well. Right at the death for the last possible moment to sneak a dry lap time at the end. But yeah, very, very good, Prost. Well done. I should have known that. Should have known. He has won a race before, haven't you? I'm sure you have. I'm sure Prost has won a race. Toto or Prost? Has Prost won a race before? I'm sure he has. In any tier, I'm sure he has before. Yeah, Toto say, Notch, please don't overtake anyone. Yeah, you go.
No,
I mean, you know what to do. You know what to do. Just stay out of trouble, basically. Obviously, if anybody spins, etc., just stay out of the way. But yes, he won 2 last season, Canada and Austria. Yes, I knew he had. Love it. So yeah, key is going to be that run down to turn 1, Notch, isn't it? A very long run down to turn 1. So obviously you can gain a lot, but you can also lose a lot. If you bog down off the line. We've had a couple of clean runs on the first lap, so it is possible, but because you got also got a wide track going down there, so you can see 3-4 wide down there. So Yeah, key's going to be down to turn 1. Who can keep... Can Prost keep the lead? Can Skyline take it? Or can anybody on second row take the lead? Because that is possible. Who do you reckon will be the one to watch?
I'm going to be watching them all from the back. The first lap. It's going to be quick fun.
Oh, no. Who in particular? I mean, I'm looking at Eagle. I'd be interested to see, because to my memory, this season, I think that's the lowest he started on the grid, outside the top 10. First of those on fresh tyres. It'd be interesting what he picks, whether to go on hard, softs, or mediums. But he's got to stay out of trouble. That's the big thing. This is the first time, I think, this season where he's in the battling area, I guess.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep calm. You just got to keep calm is the best thing. I'd be keen to see how many places he can move up. I'm going to have to do formation app, aren't I? Because you can't...
Yep.
Yeah, you can't flip through the thing. Obviously, you've got those starting on softs as well. See where they are on the grid. Here we go. Sweet. So, here we are, the tyres. So, in 18th place... No. In 17th place is RS Checo on the medium tyres. Obviously, had that qualifying ban. He's got to put that to one side and finish off with a good race result for Renault on 17th. Unicorn Hunter in the Williams. Difficult qualifying for him. Just missed out in Q2. He will start mediums in 16th. 15th is iCharismic, the only driver on the hard tyres, interestingly enough. So let's see how he gets on. Pigeon Munch in F1 did that strategy wonders. So it'll be key first lap for Charisma. See what he can do. Vistix in the first of the Red Bulls, 14th. Then we have RSF1 Button, 13th in the McLaren. A bit of a surprise to see him down there as well. Kazibe, P12 in the pass there. Then 11th for RSF1 Eagle. He's second in the championship. He's got his teammate pole position. What he's got to make sure is he doesn't lose too many points to Prost in this race potentially. He'll start on 11th. He's on fresh tyres. So let's see what gains he can make. Old Manzi in 10th place. Unfortunate crash in turn 9. In Q3, would have been interesting to see how he could get on. He was good in Q2 on medium tyres, so he could be one to watch. DPS 9th in the other McLaren, with a slipping source in 8th, the first guy on soft tyres. Then we've got 40 in the Mercedes on softs, Primus 6th on softs in the Racing Point, and Vinny 5th on softs as well. They're going to have to make gains on the 4 drivers ahead of them, all on medium tyres. Barry is the first of those in the AlphaTauri, good performance from him. Duffelump 3rd in the Racing Point. So a good qualifying session for Race Point and Mercedes. 2nd, Monster Skyline on the front row. He'll be keen to take the lead ahead of Prost, who will start his first ever pole position in RSF1. Great lap near the end to take the initiative. Can he keep the lead in turn 1 ahead of the Hungary pack, which includes Nutch and the Ferrari?
Whoop whoop. Ferrari will get a point this season, baby.
No, they won't, unfortunately. Not tonight. Not tonight. Alright, here we go. 33 laps for the Spanish Grand Prix. Obviously, Notch will retire into the pits and then he will join me in spectating the rest of this race. As we go for 5 red lights in the Spanish Grand Prix. Bit of a long hold and lights out and away they go. Is Prost going to retain the lead? So Skyler's got a very equal start. Oh, there's carnage! Mercedes straight across. Carnage in the midfield and his car's retiring. This Fishsticks is out on the spot. What on earth happened there? Mercedes in the midfield just cut straight across. We have a safety car, which is good because you can now retire safely. But I have no idea what just happened there. Primus is unfortunate there. He's got no front wing. Unicorn Hunter's still there. Checo is still there. So Primus got caught out in that. I don't know what happened at Mercedes. Somehow they're 7th and 5th still. Which is weird. I don't know what I've just seen there, to be honest. Did you see anything, Notch? Obviously, you got a good view there.
Yeah, I think it was like 4 wide, and yeah, I think it was just a bit of bumping and squeezing, and the outside car fish sticks unfortunately couldn't keep control. From what I see,
I'm sure on my screen. It looked like one of the Mercedes like connected wheels with someone, and went straight across the track into the wall. But they're fifth and seventh with no damage.
yeah, I stayed well back, so I wanted to just an opportunity to watch it. I didn't think it was going to be there. If I'm honest,
That's really unfortunate for Fistix. Yeah, really unfortunate for Fistix. He's had a roller coaster of a ride. Vinny and Fordy are both in. They're ditching their soft tyres as his slipping source. I think may have got damage in that. Charismic has also got... There's a lot of people in the pits, actually. A ton of people. Primus, obviously, no front wing. You're retiring, obviously, so that makes sense. Right, so there we go. Sweet.
Hopefully I shouldn't send my car back.
I think it would, but under safety car should be fine. So, in some ways it's good. Unicorn Hunter in the pits as well. Onto hard tyres. Yeah. Slipping, Charismic, and Primus all coming out on mediums. Hectic start to the race, and that was even before turn 1. I need to watch that back because, again, my eyes seem to be deceiving me with those both Mercedes. They look like they just cut right across Williams as well, which might have been Unicorn. But anyway, the other Williams, back to the lead of the race. Now leads this race ahead of Prost. Duffalump, Barry, Old Manzi up to 5th, so Manzi's had a great start. As has Eagle up 5. Kazi, Button, and then Checo up 7 as well. So they've benefited from the carnage, but real shame. I guess the fortunate thing is safety car got called, Notch. They can, they're at least still in this race and they can recover.
Yeah, sure thing. Get on a fresh set of tyres as well.
Yeah, so from 11th downwards, so that's both Mercedes of Fordy and Vinny, Slipping Source, Charismic, Primus and Unicorn all pitted. Interestingly, Slipping, Charismic and Primus all went to mediums, means they will have to pit again, Notch. But do you reckon they'll go double medium from there?
Yeah, they might very well do.
Vinny's pitted again. Why is Vinny pitted again?
Wing damage.
Oh, he's got wing damage. K-Mag, there was a communication error when we got going. Notch was getting himself ready because he had to jump in last notice. He hadn't clicked spectate and everyone else readied up, hence why he got given a car. So we had to retire him as safe as possible. Because if he just backed out to spectate, there would be a ghost car still going around with an AI and that would cause issues. So he's retired. It's solved now. It's gone, okay? Don't worry about it now. Right, so interesting now. Obviously takes away the element of those that were on the softs, Notch. So in some ways that's a shame because it would be interesting to see what they can do.
Yeah, I think this is what they were hoping for, exactly what they were hoping for, an early safety car. Not to say they, done anything intentional, but an early safety car will really help a strategy like that, because then you can just do one more pit stop, or you can go straight to the hards and really try and stretch them, which probably ain't the best thing to do.
Apparently Primus has got that annoying thing, which I haven't seen for a while. He's got his ERS stuck. That's the thing I haven't seen since like week 1 of this league, to be honest. Unfortunate if he does have that. But we gotta get going now. Monster Skyline's gonna lead this race away. He's gonna back the field up with the safety car. Can now control the pace once the safety car goes in. He's got to call it right. Prost is watching his every move, and Monster Skyline is away. And we are back racing. Got a big wobble in the final corner. So Prost might be on him. Down to turn 1 potentially. But I think Skyline's just going to hold the lead. We're back on the racing again.
Yeah, another person with a good
look-
run was Checo. He tried to make a move on DPS, but he's cut across the corner.
Yeah, DPS has had enough. Right, so back up to the leader. Skyline just holding off Prost, running a little bit wide. Prost is, I think, could be quite eager to retain his lead back. Dufflunk keeping with them slightly wide through turn 8. All holding station at the moment.
Oh, Prost got a good run there. Got really close to the back of Monster Sky on there.
Wants to sky, and that Williams needs to get into a rhythm quickly. He seems to be running deep in a few corners. Needs to get those tyres up to temperature.
Checo's coming under pressure again from DPS. Lots of pressure. Checo
Oh, here we
ran
go.
out of deployment at the end there.
There's DPS. It's going to be slightly on the onside. Checo stays ahead though, late on the brakes. Good defence. Interesting to see how Fordy gets on with his hard tyres. I think I also noticed he got to 6th as well now, so he's benefited from that carnage, I guess.
Definitely has.
All holding station at the moment. Bit of a train going on. Less than a second. Oh, Slipping Sauce has had an off. He spun, end of turn 8, and he's got damage as well. So the high of qualifying has gone down now for Slipping Sauce. So both Red Bulls are not having a good day today.
Oh,
As it
Barry!
continue. Oh, Barry's
I
out!
don't know what happened there, but I see a car in the
How's he?
air.
Oh, goodness me. How's he retired there?
It was literally in the air. As he come around here to the right there.
Virtual safety
he
car.
Oh, I can't really explain it. I don't know what happened there.
Do you think he made contact with somebody else, or?
I wouldn't like to say I didn't see the time and see who he was close to.
Only thing I can think of is he's lost it on the curb in that corner before, and it's just pitched him into the wall on the right side. Yeah, it must have just...
Slipping Sauce has done a pretty good thing of coming in and getting hard on and making the best of that virtual.
Yeah, everyone's got to keep to a delta. No drive-throughs. Oh, I spoke too soon. Unicorn.
One up.
Oh, right at the end.
That
delta.
was literally perfect timing. Just in a bad way.
I thought they were all doing so well. Prost is latched onto the back of that Williams. He's definitely desperate to get back this lead now. Can he get a good run out of the chicane? I don't think he'll be close enough. He's got overtake. Skyline's got overtake as well, but Prost looks to be... He's got a good run. Can he get close enough for an overtake? Skyline defending up on the inside. Moving back across. Prost trying to go right round the outside. And the inside for turn 2. Oh, contact! Prost is round. Oh, he's going to be very careful. He's going to let the entire pack go through. Oh, and he's been hit by Primus. Fortunately, they're still moving, but Prost... Ooh. Can you see that?
I didn't, unfortunately. I was watching Kazi Blade go past the Eagle.
Yeah. That's going to be a debatable one at the end of the race, I think. And Primus, though, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's got more damage, I think, as well. So it's just not going right for Primus either. Prost is still in this race.
Yeah, one more safety car, and then guys at the back can be back in it and fighting again. They will be understandable angry though, I think.
That's a tough one. Very tough one from my view there. I didn't have the best view because it's kind of side on through turn 2. It didn't look malicious, I would say that.
Kazzy made with the fastest lap, so Kazzy was doing pretty fast in 4th position. Climbing,
yeah, Vinny's in the pits. Primus is back in the pits as well. Primus had a horrible, horrible race so far. Yeah, it looked to me like they were both trying to give each other room, and it's just the way the corner is. The guy on the inside is always going to come. The paths are always going to cross, basically.
Yeah, don't have to talk.
But that will be up for debate. They can be up for debate. It's a difficult corner to make a move around. You got to trust the other car.
It's a hard one to defend as well, because you can think that you've given enough space, and it's really hard to ride that curb. So if that happened, I think
that curb is so dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, you can spin a car there without another car being there quite easily, as we've seen in the past from really good drivers. So it's the hard one. Just the damage afterwards, that's the sour taste. Charismatic would have run on DPS, and DPS is the one that's been putting pressure on Checo, so he's not going to be expecting that.
Oh, carbon copy again.
Well done by them two.
These two have made it.
Charismatic with the line for the next corner. Unless DPS can swing around the outside.
Charismatic's got it. Nice move, and Charismatic moves himself to 8th. Yeah, 40 close to them. Seems to me that Checo's holding the pair of them up, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit at the minute. And then back a button. Not too far, but yeah, starting to open up. Kazzy Babe's looking really fast. 4th position, now onto the back of Old Manzi. And Old Manzi crucially now hasn't got the DRS, so a little bit vulnerable.
I think Charisma's going to have a big run on Checo if you can get through this chicane nicely. Cutting the corner doesn't help. But he's got DPS. He's going to move away from DPS. In fact, DPS has got 40 up behind him. I don't think Charisma's close enough. He's right up the gearbox though.
Did you see Ocon at this part of the track?
Charismatic up on the inside through turn 4. Checo's still up on the inside of turn 5 though. Just going to go over the long way round. Oh, slight contact, slight touch, but Checo got a bit of a slide. But Charismatic is through, so Charismatic is on the march.
He sure is. Slipping sauce for the 3-second time penalty.
These four looking pretty good. 40's still on those hard tyres. I still wouldn't count Prost out of points. He's 11th at the moment. He's got a bit of a gap to 10th. But we know he has the pace as Eagle. There's going to be a few time penalties, to be honest, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's the nature.
Still got a good chunk of this race, Paul.
Oh,
slipping
sauce. He's not having a good time at all.
Oh,
yeah, Prost fastest lap of the race. think that could be potentially a red mist fastest lap there from Prost. Let his frustration go out onto the track. He's catching though.
I think you'll know that that's definitely not over yet. One of the other new tracks, he was way out of the points, and said to him, just keep going, because you never know what can happen, and he did end up getting up there, so he'll keep going, I think.
This is a damage limitation race, isn't it?
Yeah.
At this point.
Out.
Obviously a safety car could bring himself back into higher than that, but it's one of those, either you give up and have no points, and he won't give up. I know him. He won't give up. Or try and get as much as you can, because you never know. If he wins the championship by 2 points, 2 points he gets here will be good. As Kazi's got to run on Old Manzi into turn 1, and Kazi moves himself into third place. Just a slipping source, and the Red Bull comes out and causes a little bit of issue. Tries to stay out of the way, but Chrismick had to run on that dangerous... Not Chrismick, Kazi had to run on that dangerous turn 2. Just to back up the way a bit.
5 second time penalty in the pit. That's not going to help him.
For hard tyres.
3 seconds. Yeah, I think
Skyline's not had a good lap, because Duffelump's caught the gap a little bit. Down to 1.1. DPS cannot find a way past this Renault. My audio just goes briefly. Oh, yellow flag set to 3. It's just
Source getting out of the way.
I hate it when that happens. He's just getting out of the way, and the game gives him a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah, it's very silly considering he's moving really slow. Should realise that.
Skyline's
DPS with the run.
Skyline's gapped Duffelump back again. He's put his foot down as here we go. Gas running outside. Is he going to get it done? No. Sipping sauce for tyres in the pits.
To get involved as well. And Checo picked up a 3 second.
Again, one of those. That's really tough, because he's trying to give... He recorded that as well, because his car jumped back a bit. But in any case, DPS now makes it into 7th past Checo, and that's good, because Chrismick is up the road now, ever since he's passed. There he is. He's 4 seconds up the road, so that shows...
Oh, 40 had a big slide there, and these 3 battling 7th, 8th and 9th is just allowing Prost to close them up. Really,
it's 2.5 seconds. Where's that come from?
Yeah, these 3 fighting the last lap and a half has been held for Prost to close that gap. As Brandon Vinny picks up a 3 second.
Leaders are in the pits. Skyline, Duffelump and Old Manzi all in the pits for hard tyres, as is Button. Normal strategy. So Kazi now takes the lead ahead of Chrismick, so it's a Haas 1-2. Prost is in as well. He's done all that he can on those medium tyres. Skyline's been held. Skyline's been held, he's lost the lead. Duffelump now is in the net lead of the race.
Yeah, that's another thing that can happen there. If I believe Williams is the first pit stop.
Oh.
So he would have got held for just cars coming into the pit. I gained
coming into play, isn't it?
In my race through that. It's just, it happened. There's not really much you can do about it other than trying to plan your pit stop. That's getting really in depth.
So basically, if everyone pits in the train, anyone in Mercedes actually has the advantage, doesn't it? If they're leading the pack.
Yeah, as long as they have a good pit stop in real life, they should get out clean.
So Williams is the disadvantage. Why does Williams have to be last? Right, so Skyline's got to make up the damage.
Checo's going to peel off into the pits and let 40 have some DRS.
Oh, Shane pointed out something. Apparently Skyline crashed in the pits on the way in. And that's why it cost him. Right, so the rest...
Letting us know that.
Rest now onto hard tyres. That's Kazi now onto it. Kazi is actually quite close to Skyline. Skyline just in front. That's crucial. Button, Eagle, DPS and Unicorn are quite close. Oh! I think Unicorn gave him a bit of a swipe across and a bit of a clip. Just stays in front. Bit of aggressive across, but stays in 10th, although he's been on those hards for quite some time. Right, so everyone's now pitted. Charismic and Vinny are kind of the odd ones out here though, Notch, because I would presume they're going on another set of mediums.
Yeah, at some point.
Oh, Prost now.
As Prost picks up a penalty.
He's now behind Checo. And we've seen how Checo's kept back a few guys as Unicorn and DPS running side by side. Unicorn pushing DPS out, but DPS having none of it, but sweeps around the outside. Swish, swoosh. Great move from DPS. Having none of that. Moves in, and Valdi now pits from those hard tyres. Mediums to the end, though? Could have gone longer on those hard, surely.
Yeah, definitely could have. And there's Prost is closing up to the back of Checo.
Ooh,
the inside
nice.
should be way past him.
Right, so that's 11th place now for Prost. Points are possible. Points are very much possible, the pace he has. Unicorn ahead. Then DPS, a couple of seconds to Eagle, his teammate actually, who's ended up 8th in all this. So Charismic leads, trying to extend those medium tyres a bit. Before he pits. So the control of this race now, Notch, is on Duffelump's shoulders at the moment. A couple of seconds ahead of Manzi.
Yep, that sure is.
It's Skyline. What would you be saying to Prost at this point? If he was his engineer?
Be careful. The Unicorn was a little bit of aggressive on his defense.
Okay.
DPS.
But points are still possible, isn't it? It's basically up to him now how many that he gets.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's quite important they get past Unicorn as quick as possible to stick with DPS.
Ooh. What do you reckon Vinny Charismic going to do? Because obviously they pitted under the safety car for mediums. They can go mediums again, can't they? When they pit.
Yeah, they sure can.
So, what lap do you reckon they'll need to get to for a medium stint? So...
Well, there's your answer.
Let's mix in. How many laps do they go? About 14 fresh?
Yep.
So... 14... So yeah, that's just about right, actually. Wait, is it? My maths are terrible. 16...
Yeah, so 15, 16 laps.
Yeah, that's about right. As long as they're fresh, it should be fine.
Oh, and Charismic's being held.
Prost is now on the back of Unicorn to get a one solitary point, nicking it away from the Williams, and there is Charismic. You gonna get him?
Yep.
Oh no! Contact with Charismic.
No.
Charismic's round. Another debatable one, I think. Charismic was there. Prost cut up in the inside. Oh, Charismic. He's got damage. Need damage as well. He's going to have to pit. Ah. Feel for him.
Checo's lost it.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, and he's out
that's
as
gonna
well.
hurt.
Is that going to be a safety car?
That's
Oh, a
gotta be some
virtual.
kind of safety
A
car.
virtual. Of course it is.
And that's not going to help Charisma, unfortunately.
To be fair though, it's way off the track, isn't it? That was in the gravel.
He just did what Charles Leclerc done at Italy, basically.
Oof.
Lost it, caught it, lost it, walled it.
I've been there. You get a massive catch and you think you've got it. Unicorn Hunter takes the opportunity to pit under the virtual.
Yeah,
best thing you
only
could
one
do.
by the looks of it.
Best thing
The RS is enabled again, so they're racing again.
Right, so race recap now. So Duffel leads the race, 2.4 ahead of Old Manzi, who's now got Monster Skyline, putting him under pressure for second. Then another near 3-second gap back to Kazi in P4. And we got Button in 5th. Eagle in the first of the Alfa Romeos in 6th place. DPS in 7th. Ross still recovering obviously from early. He's back into the points now. He's in 8th. He's going to have 40 chasing him down initially, but 40 will be interesting how he can take those mediums to the end. Might be good to see. Vidi is in 10th. Primus has had a roller coaster of a race so far. One you'll probably want to forget, he's in 11th. Unicorn Hunter in 12th, and then obviously, unfortunately, Charismic after that recent incident is in 13. We've got 13 left, still running. Skyline's now got to run an Old Mandy. He's going to be close enough for turn 1. No. All about looking at the outside, but that would have been a very risky move. He thinks again.
Yeah, Skyline has looked like he's got some good pace.
Duffalump had a bit of a mistake on that last lap. Gap's now 2.1, was 2.5. So maybe Duffalum's just, yeah, he's saving a lot of ERS, so Duffalum's just managing the situation at the moment. Keeping it calm.
Oh, Monster Skyline's going to have a run on Old Manzi. Not going to be close enough, but it's going to edge him closer. Old Manzi went really wide through 9.
Got to get a good exit out of the chicane. Skyline does. Oh, and that's not going to help. Very deep into... Can't think what that turn is. Still going to be... Still got DRS on him. No, I don't think it's going to be this lap. Let's see. Yeah, he definitely gained. So I think if he can get a good run out of the large chicane notch, I think he'll have him. So he's had a lot of speed down the front straight.
You can see the leader in front, just about.
Yeah, gap's back up to 2.8 now, so yeah, Dufflump's just managing this. This is the closest battle on track. No other real battles. Prost is not gaining on DPS that much. Mordy isn't gaining on Prost either. They're kind of around 2-3 seconds that midfield gap. Manzi for penalty though.
Oh, Manzi. That's not going to help, mate.
No.
But I do believe there's a few. We can have a look at them in a little while. DPS gets one as well.
Depends, and I think another 5 laps do it then.
Yep.
Who would time that?
Skyline a lot closer on this lap, no mistake. And I think he's going to get Old Manzi.
Yeah, here we go. I think this might be the opportunity here. DRS, overtake. Mandy not using it. So Skyline's got the opportunity, going right round the outside. Can he make the move stick? He can. Gives Mandy a little bit of space, so he's now into second. Now can he chase back up to Duffalump? Azzy with the fastest lap of the race in the meantime, behind them.
Time
18.9 as
3
well.
seconds.
Prost is now starting to catch DPS, caught about 6/10 in that lap, I think. That's the next battle. Where is he? There he is. Do you reckon he's going to take comfort the fact, you know, he's had a tough race, but he can see he knows that his teammate is just one place ahead. As Charismic,
Oh, we got a spinner.
Christmas had a spin just before the pits. So I think Charismic's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a lap down. Yeah, tires from the race. Fortunate there for him. Had a solid race, but if things happen, he'll be back next week. K-Mag in the chat will do penalties lap 27. Normally do it at that point, about 5-6 laps to the end, because otherwise if we do it now then some might get a few more and we might lose count. So if we do it as close to the end as possible, then we'll do it then. That's alright, thank you. So Prost now is going to be on the back of DPS.
I think he'd be quite happy with that. I think he'd be quite more upset with the fact that he made a couple of mistakes. Other than that, he'd be happy with getting back into the points.
As I said, damage limitation with this. Obviously you can't be at the front every race, can you? So all the races that you have those unfortunate things that happen, you got to recover points, don't you?
Yeah, any points are better than no points. Because the Bays get a 3-second time penalty.
I'm trying to do my maths at the moment. If so Eagle will get 8 points, that'll put him on 59. Prost with 4 puts him on 58, so he would lose the championship lead to Eagle. Charismic is out the points. He was third going into this. Fishsticks as well hasn't scored. Neither has... Well, Primus is currently out the points. Dips... Kind of there. Duffalump, Skyline, Manzi. Yeah, as it stands, I mean, the ones scoring big basically bring themselves into the championship hunt. They close themselves up, basically. None of the current top 5 are really having a good, strong race. Or not what they're used to, anyway.
No, it would be good to see some other guys up the front.
Well, closes up the championship even more. Brings more drivers into play. Duffalump fastest lap of the race.
Duffalump takes that. Prost is closer than he's been for a few laps.
Didn't have a good chicane though, so it's not going to be this time.
No.
Kazi, I'm now noticing, is catching up to Old Manzi. Old Manzi's dropping off Skyline. So Kazi now can potentially see a podium in front of him.
Yeah.
He can see it in front of him, he can potentially see it.
Like in them first few corners a lot more than DPS. DPS ran really wide.
Few people already chatting about our next Grand Prix, which is Monaco. Monaco, there's not really any tactic apart from the fact just don't get damage, really, isn't it? Keep yourself in the race, keep yourself alive.
Yeah, it's going to be different for me this year. I've never done it on a wheel, so it'll be a lot. Should be a lot cleaner, hopefully.
As he might have a run on Old Manzi here. The third, but Old Manzy's using the overtake and Kazi isn't, so Kazi using a bit tactical, not going for the move just yet. See how Prost gets on. Prost deciding to save ERS this time, because he's on 30%, he doesn't want to use it too much. Yeah, the main tip I always give about Monaco is, I know obviously time trial is not the be all and end all, but use time trial just for 10 minutes just to get yourself into the mindset of Monaco, because you need to have your eyes on stalks, don't you?
Yeah.
Never ever go on a different racing game like Forza or anything that involves cars and turning before you do a Monaco race, basically, because you're not going to have a good time. Also, if possible, try and make sure you don't get distracted, because one simple loss of concentration, 1 inch too far to the left or the right, and you're retired. But that'll be next week. Here comes Charismatic again. Old Man's using his overtake, Kazi not, so Kazi's just biding his time, I feel. Prost not close enough to DPS. I think Prost is having that situation where can't seem to get a run out the last chicane to get close enough.
Oh, and DPS has gone wide again.
Yeah. Shall we have a look at penalties, please?
Yep. So, our race leader, Duffalump, has 1 warning.
Okay, so that's nothing.
Monster Skyline has 1 penalty, 2
Oh!
warnings.
Sorry, Kazi's just done the move. Oh no, Banty, I thought he wasn't close enough and he's just done it up through turn 10. Very nice.
It says 2 penalties on lap 1. I don't know really what that means. 2 instant penalties. And then 1 normal penalty and a warning for Kazi.
Okay, so he's got 3.
1 penalty for Old Manzy.
Okay,
1 warning for Button.
he's on nothing.
1 penalty for Eagle. 2 penalties, 1 warning for DPS.
Ooh.
1 penalty, 2 warnings for Prost.
Prost will get DPS, but he won't get his teammate, okay.
Bordy's had 4 warnings, but no penalty. So, read into that what you will.
Okay.
Granted,
no.
Vinny's had a drive-through. I didn't see that.
I think he would have served that.
Yeah, I would have thought so. And then 1 penalty and a warning. The Unicorn's got 2 penalties and 2 warnings. Primus has got 1 penalty, 2 warnings.
And that's it. That's the 12 still running. Right, thank you. So, Duffalump, Monster Skyline equal up front. But Kazi and Old Manzi both got penalties, so really it's a fight for third between them two. Because I don't think they had the pace to get to Skyline and then pass and then over and then gap by 3 seconds. And then Prost, even though he can't find a way past DPS, if he can just hold it here, he'll overtake him, outmove him into 7th place. At least reduce the gap to himself and his teammate Eagle.
Definitely, and DPS has been closing the gap to Eagle ever so slightly, so...
Just thinking, if DPS gets 8 points, he'll be on 59. And then 6 points for Prost. So if he manages to stay where he is, he will get 7th place. And then coming into Monaco, he'll be a point ahead of Eagle. So that penalty in a way is quite crucial for DPS and Prost there. I think Prost will want actually trying to find a way by DPS. Not going for it though. DPS definitely doesn't like that turn 1 and 2, does he? Making an interesting line.
Yeah, he does run really wide.
Let's have a look at the top 2. Duffalump, 48%. Skyline a little bit less. He's got it within 2 seconds, but he's only got 3 laps really to make this move. See what he can do in the next few laps.
Yeah, I think that's a case of Eagle's tyres are starting to fade just a little bit, because he's still holding the gap to DPS, but they are the oldest tyres out there, so might be why.
Lap 31. Couple laps to go. I don't think Skyline's making enough inroads for Duffalump. I think Duffalump, like before, I think since Duff has taken the lead notch, I think he's just managed this gap that he has at the front. He's controlled it very nicely so far, but it's not over yet. All it will take is one mistake, and Williams is there to capitalise. Driver of the day is going to be interesting, but I think it will be given to Kazi if he stays there in 3rd. Up 9 places. Although, don't discount Manzi and Button there. Both making inroads. And Eagle is in a way as well. Outside the top 10 into 6th. I think he'll be relatively happy with that.
Yeah, Kazi's made some good overtakes. I think that's a good shape for driver of the day, sure.
1.5 seconds. Now, with a lap and a half to go, if Skyline's got a chance of winning this race, he's got to get within a second at the end of this lap, I'd say. He's only going to have 1 or 2 opportunities.
Seems to be giving it everything, leaving nothing on the table.
So, win for Duffalump. That will put him on 37 points. Yeah, that will leap him right into contention. Skyline's 18 points. That will put him on 42. Also put him in contention. That will put him ahead of Fistix and Primus into around about 6th place. Kazi's 15 points. Again, that will put him on 43.
Yeah,
no,
top
two don't have penalties slipping, so they're both equal at the moment. As we're now on to the last lap, 1.8 seconds. I think this is Duffers to lose, really. All he's got to do is just manage this lap now. Don't over push it. I think he's got it. All he's going to take, though, is 1 penalty. We saw Pigeon Munch last night had 3rd nailed down until he went too far wide on turn 9. No, I think it was turn 8. Caroline's got the flashing fuel light, although there's Kazi, this doesn't normally really mean anything. I think Duffalump knows. I think he's casually doing this. Yellow flag set to 3. Primus is at a spin. He's not had the great race today. The Duffalump just has a few more corners to go. Do you want to take through the rest of this last few corners?
Yeah, so Duffalump climbing up through the ranks. I think this is his first win of the season. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Across the line, Duffalump, and then Monster Skyline second, Kazi third. Will he keep it? No, he doesn't. Third to Old Manzi.
Unserved penalty. It was an unserved penalty, so Manzi's on the podium for the Renault. Very nice.
Wow. Good to see Old Manzi get up there with his Zimmer frame. And then
Button
ninth,
fifth.
across the line is... You carry on, mate.
Yeah, sorry. Button fifth in the McLaren. Eagle sixth. Prost did get DPS in the end, so he does retain his championship lead, just a single point over his teammate. DPS 8, 49th in the Mercedes, and Grady Vinny in his first race in F4. Been through a lot actually this race, ends up in 10th with a solitary point. Unicorn Hunter and Primus will finish. According to Camo, that is Duffer's first win. Is that first win RSF1 or first win season? Be good to know, Mr. Camo, if you could let me know on that. But there we have it. As I said before they cross the line notch, puts themselves in it. Kazi driver of the day. Yeah, agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, good racing from Kazi. Nicely recovered. Definitely stepping up from last season, obviously our F5 champion going into this season. But there's your top three, I think. I think really this result just closes up the championship even more. This was a race for the midfield runners. Today, the usual big hitters of the first 5 races, they had difficult times. So these three now showing up. Right, take us through the results, please, Notch.
Yeah, so first today in the Racing Point is Duffalump, and then second is Monster Skyline in the Williams, third Old Manzi in the Renault, Kazi Blade with driver of the day in the Haas in fourth, Button in fifth, Eagle in sixth, 7 in Prof, and it's Prost, 8th is DPS, 9th is 40, and then 10th is Grounded Vinny.
You got 17th with a fastest lap of 2:01.999. Good job. 2:01.99. How did you do that? Right, tick the box, everyone, please, if you haven't already. Right, so let me think how to do this. I do third, you do second notch, and I'll do the winner.
Yeah, it's fine by me, mate.
Oh, so let me just do what I normally do at the end of these streams. Get onto time trials, display the car. Talking to, so we first go to the Renault of Old Manzi. So, Old Manzi, obviously difficult start to the evening. Unfortunate crash in turn 9. Looked epic. I'm just saying Q3. But you recovered very nicely. Obviously benefited from that interesting start. But still, take nothing away. It's finally come good because you've had some not the best luck. I think it's safe to say.
No luck at all.
No luck at all.
Hopefully this is the start of the turnaround. hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, like I said, I struggled all night for some reason. I just couldn't get a rhythm. I were either quick or making a mistake. But the crash in Q3, it kind of gave me a bit of determination to get through the pack because I knew I could be up there. And yeah, the start did help out, but it nearly wiped me out as well. So I think the luck is on my side this week. Finally.
Could be said that if you had done your qualifying or hadn't crashed in Q3, you maybe would have started round 4th and 5th and may have been caught up in that crash potentially.
Exactly,
so in some ways, it's all worked out.
It has indeed. Lady Luck was smiling on me today.
Yeah, and definitely good points for yourself and for Renault as well, because Renault were.
Yeah, we need them.
Yes.
We definitely need all the points we can get now.
Yeah, obviously, I tried to hold out to Monster Skyline in the Williams and to Kazi, but still, you've got to be happy with third place. First podium of the season.
Very happy with third place. Yeah, first podium of the season. Like I said, I've been on for some good results all race, but in some way, either the game screwed me, I've been involved in an incident, but one way or another, a good decent result has been taken away from me. So today, I'm really happy with P3. Really happy.
What are your thoughts about Monaco next week? Most people don't like it, so are you going to give some positivity or?
Yeah, I mean Monaco's a good track. It's all about trap. It's a track of keeping your will. I find. Yeah, you can't overtake on there, but you've also got to not put it in a wall. If you don't put it in a wall and need a wing change, you should be on for a good result, no matter what.
Of course, qualifying is going to be essential, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yeah, track position is key around Monaco. So yeah, good qualifying is in order for Monaco.
Sweet. Well, congrats on your third place, and hopefully speak to you again. Hopefully speak to you again before the end of the season. It's not going to be the only one. All right. So hand you over to Notch to interview P2.
Yeah. Thank you, Brundle, and good job, old Manzi, mate.
Thank you.
And moving on to Monster Skyline, mate. Driving the Williams, you've got to be happy with that. You show some good pace in qualifying.
Happy I'm finished.
Didn't quite have enough
at the pit lane, but yeah, pit lane was a bit of a nightmare. Didn't like that, but I'm a little bit confused by quali, to be honest. I managed to set a faster lap in wetter conditions. I didn't understand that at all, but I'm happy that I'd managed to do a good race now that the Williams family is no longer at Williams. So it's pretty good to get a good result when they're not here anymore. So yeah, I'm happy.
Cool. And after the first lap, were you happy with the safety car? Did it affect your thought in any way?
Well, getting a good launch off the start, that was really important. Obviously, getting first place going into turn 1, so that was crucial because the safety car came up on the screen literally as I turned in, and I was like, oh, thank Christ, that's come when it has, sort of thing. But the safety car just didn't want to clear off when it was going into the pit lane, so I was just struggling to back everyone up and not run into the back of the safety car at the same time. It was going so slow. Wasn't great. It was nice to actually battle with old Manzi though for once, because normally when me and Manzi get into a bit of a battle, it normally ends in one of us crashing. So that was a relief.
Don't say that.
Well, it has done so far this season. We've been in 3 battles and 3 times I crashed into you. So, so it was nice to actually battle with you as well. So that was good. I do feel a bit sorry for Prost in that race though. I have to admit, Prost looked quick, and then he's obviously said that he hit my car and it caused him to spin, and he takes full blame for it. But I feel like, in all honesty, if he didn't crash into me, it was his for the win. In all honesty.
Yeah, probably.
It's unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. How do you feel moving forward into Monaco, hard track?
I'm going to be sick for Monaco. I'm not going to be very well. I'm going to get some sort of disease or something. I'm not going to be here. So, no, but seriously, I'm not a big fan of the track. I don't like it, but I'll put some time in. I'll put some practice in, and I'm going to try and I think if I can get points, I'll be happy. I'm not going to set the bar too high.
Right, mate. Well, congratulations from me on your second place. And
Thank you.
I'll hand it over to Brundle to interview first.
Okay. Congrats on P2. Go Williams.
Hey, Williams.
Alright, but we head up to our race winner, the pink racing point of Duffer Lump. Obviously your first race win of this season. Obviously used to be an
First
S3
race win
now.
ever.
First race win ever. Woo!
Mm.
I should really
Well done.
look up on my
Nice.
I should really look up on my stats because I missed the first pole for Prost and the first ever win for Duffer. I am so sorry, Jesus. But yeah, well, congrats on that. Everyone go whoop in members lounge for that. But yeah, ever since you took the lead out of the pit stop phase, you seem to manage it perfectly. Did it all seem smooth sailing from where you were sitting?
Nah, not really. The first stint, I was a bit worried about Manzi. We were literally matching. You couldn't have matched pace anymore. It was just like 2 seconds the whole way. And then, yeah, we pitted and I see Monster Skyline. I had to brake hard because I see Monster Skyline smash into the wall in the pit. That scared me.
We don't talk about it.
And then Manzi was right on my ass when we left the pits. So I just...
I wondered what happened
I
in
just-
the pit lane.
Yeah, I had to slam my brakes on it. I was thinking, I hope you don't think I just brake checked it.
I could see there was some commotion in front. I knew something had gone off. I didn't know what.
I come around the corner, I just see Monster Skyline's car bouncing off the walls. I was like, what is going on? And then, yeah, and then the hard stint, once Skyline got past Manzi, he was just gaining. So, yeah, Shane told me to do one push lap, so it worked. But then towards the end again, he was just gaining. So yeah, a bit sweaty, but it went alright.
Yeah, but as I mentioned at the end of that race, obviously the ones that have started the season well in the first 5 races, you know, the likes of Prost, Eagle, and Charismic, they didn't have good races today. So the 3 on the podium have really made inroads into the championship. Now it's going to close everything up. Do you think it's still now? I mean, it's race 6 going into race 7, so we're still very early days. Can you call it? Can you call it of who's going to be up there near the end? Because I can't. I've got at least 8.
No, it won't be me. I can tell you.
I think
that
it'd be
much.
Prost in all honesty.
won a race,
Honestly,
it might be you.
Prost is just so fast.
I got a baby due in 2.5 weeks. So I'll probably be taking like a 2 or 3 week break.
Oh no!
So it won't be me. But I mean, yeah, I'd say probably Prost. I got a bit lucky today. I think Prost would have won if he hadn't had a spin. And I think probably Monster Skyline would have won if he didn't hit the pit wall. So, but I'll take it.
Yeah, gotta be there. Always gotta be around just
exactly.
in case. So, and you did that, and as I said, you managed it, you know, perfectly from when you took the lead. So, going into now, Monaco next week. Obviously, we mentioned quite a lot. It's all about survivability. Most people don't like the track. Obviously, qualifying is going to be key. So, what do you reckon?
The last 3 or 4 seasons in league racing, I've pretty much crashed about 6 times. So,
Jeez.
yeah,
many
I
finished?
don't like it. I think the best finish I've ever had in Monaco is like 14th.
Oof. But at least you finished one.
Yeah,
That's the thing. As soon as you
Yeah,
finish Monaco,
I
that's
did
the start.
finish. Yeah, I was last, but I finished.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, congrats on your win tonight. First win in
Thank you.
RSF1, so congrats. All right, that has been the Spanish. That has been the Spanish Grand Prix notch. Intriguing. That was fun. You got 17th in that race, so GG.
Yeah, well done, Notch.
Oh, we'll get Ferrari some points this season, don't you worry,
Oh.
boys.
How are they still on 0? I don't get it. Yeah, that has been good. Obviously, it had its talking points. Had its good battles though. Its good maneuvers. So, and the story continues. As I said, I still can't call this. Still can't call this now. I'll do my maths later and see how close it actually is, but still closes up even more because of tonight's result. But the story moves on to Monaco, the street circuit, the jewel in the calendar. It will be a night race as well for everybody. I believe that is the case. So, be good to see under the floodlights, and let's see whether it can be chaotic, boring, or in between. There's always one of the three. It's
definitely not going to be boring.
It's either boring, chaotic, or in between. Never. Actually, it's either chaotic or boring. This is like 3 safety cars or none. So
Definitely
we'll see.
free.
We'll see how it goes. So you can take it, the all-important 25 points next week. But the first race of that is going to be on the Sunday, the F2 division, where Primus and Vettel SF will be taking you for the action of the F2 Championship. See who can take the win there. So thank you very much for watching. Your top 3 today. P3 for Old Man's in the Renault, P2 Monster Skyline in the Williams. The winner, Duffalump in the Racing Point. Driver of the day, Kazi Bay. I did invite him, I don't think he understood, but anyway, he got driver of the day in the Haas with a good, solid result. Notch, thank you very much for your company.
No problem, mate.
Oh,
Well, I just want to say thanks to Shane, Grunty, and Camo for engineering me.
yay. Wait, why'd you
Yay.
have 3? That's greedy.
People just love me.
Okay, let's see what it is. They need to be handed out. People can't have 3. Some people have
No,
none.
because you get like Camo
gotta
goes off for
share.
a bath, Shane goes out for a fag,
I don't want to know
Grunty's just
about.
being grunty.
I don't want to know about
So-
Cameron having a bath. Thank you. I don't want that image. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, share them out. Can't have 3. Unfair.
How much for Shane?
Well, it's like Camo is Williams' principal. Grunt drives for Williams. Shane is Racing Point. He makes sense.
Same engine.
You're nicked. Anyway. Thank you for watching the Spanish Grand Prix. That has been RSF1 F4. Until next time, take care. See you Sunday night.